Okay, why do we call these Obama phones? Okay, uh, right after, right around election time, uh, these cell phones started coming out around Obama's election, right after his election was over. And people are saying that this was a thank you from Obama. Okay, no phones was given out before 2008, and I think this program ended in either 2011 or 2012. So this is why it's called Obama phones, which is illegal. And I'll show you the illegal part in a little bit. But anyways, the first phones was the flip phones because cell phones just came into the era of everybody's hands. And the first phone was a flip phone. Then it became the smartphone. So you either got a flip phone or you got a smartphone from Obama. There's going to be probably some Democrats that's going to say, well, there was phones before Obama. No, there wasn't. Before Obama, there was, what was it, pagers? So you had pagers. But anyways, Democrats always try to spin the whole thing. But what I'm going to show you is a few clips up to that this is illegal. This program was not supposed to happen. So watch these clips.
There are new questions tonight about a government program that's given away millions of free cell phones and service to people with low incomes and those in rural areas. The cost and demand are skyrocketing. Who pays? Well, chances are you do.
ABC 7's Ben Bradley joining us tonight with what it's costing you. Ben.
Yeah, Alan, the money comes from the Federal Universal Service Charge on your phone bill. It has its roots all the way back in the 1930s. The goal was to make sure people in rural areas and the poor had access to telephone service. In the 1980s and 90s, it expanded to include wireless phones. Since then, the numbers have exploded. The cost of the program is now more than $1 billion a year. The FCC, along with some Democrats and Republicans, are trying to rein it in. On an abandoned West Side lot, a sign on a bright green tent advertises a deal too good for many to resist.
My daughter told me about it.
What'd she say?
It's a government phone.
So you don't have to pay anything for it?
No.
She's right. This is one case where free really means free, at least for the people receiving the phones. Who pays for it?
The government, the taxpayer or something. I don't pay for it. I can't, like I said, I can't afford it, so it helps me.
The money actually comes from the extra $1 or $2 we all pay every month on our phone bills. To receive the free phones, plus 100 minutes a month of talk time, people simply need to show a driver's license and proof they live at the poverty line. A food assistance card will do. In 2008, 107,715 people in Illinois received the free wireless phones. Last year, the number soared to 569,000, a 429% increase. Nationally, 13 million people signed up for the free cell phone program at a cost of $1.2 billion.
There's no need or no reason for the government to be doing this, and it just teaches the wrong lesson to folks that they don't have to be responsible for things like this.
In recent months, the FCC has started cracking down after the agency found 400,000 people received multiple phones. Now subscribers have to requalify every year. An FCC spokesperson said, since 1985, the wireless service program has helped low-income consumers find jobs, contact friends and family, and call 911 in emergencies. And we will not allow fraud and abuse to destroy this valuable program for the nation's most vulnerable citizens. You got a phone around your neck. Why do you need a phone that I pay for? Huh?
I can stop paying for it.
Well, wireless companies receive $9.25 per phone per month. Some people use their own money to add more minutes to the phone, so that's the private company's incentive to sign people up. An FCC spokesman says overhauling this program is a major focus of his agency. It's also caught the attention of Congress.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Ben, thank you.
Obama phone? Yes, everybody in Cleveland, low minority, got Obama phone. Keep Obama in president, you know. He gave us a phone.
He gave you a phone.
Do more.
How did he give you a phone?
You sign up if you on food stamps, you on Social Security, you got low income, you disability.
Hey, I have a question. Okay, what's wrong with Romney again?
Romney, he sucks. Bad. Obama.
You got Obama phone?
Yes, everybody in Cleveland, low minority, got Obama phone. Keep Obama in president, you know. He gave us a phone.
He gave you a phone.
Do more.
How did he give you a phone?
You sign up if you on food stamps, you on Social Security, you got low income, you disability.
Hey, I have a question.
FCC commissioners told to keep quiet about Obama phone fraud. Come in, FCC Commissioner Ajit Pai. Would you explain what happened? How were you to look, Obama phone, the whole idea of 6 million free phones out there available to poor people, etc., etc. There was fraud in that system. You were told to keep quiet about it, and you're an FCC commissioner?
That's correct. On March 31st, the FCC, on a party line vote, voted to dramatically expand this program to cover Internet access in addition to phone service. However, about a month before that, we were told about a very serious investigation involving a wireless carrier that had defrauded the American taxpayer of millions upon millions of dollars. We were also told that investigation, we learned about this fraud back in October of 2014, that investigation had wrapped up pretty much in the middle of 2015, but that we were not going to be able to say anything about it until April 1st at the very earliest, conveniently one day after we voted on that party line vote to expand the program.
It's just another
that was
story of burying bad news, hiding it from the public when there's an obvious problem going on. The next thing is, doesn't the administration want to offer highly subsidized internet connections for poorer people? What do you say about that?
That's basically where this program is going, without any sense of fiscal responsibility. And look, I think everybody agrees that we want broadband and other advanced communication services to be more affordable. But when the American taxpayers' hard-earned money is on the line, we need to be responsible about how we do that. And that's not the program we have today.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we are all paying for this in our own telephone bills. You see that little line at the bottom of the bill there? That goes towards the Obama phone. That goes towards discounted internet service, I think.
Absolutely right. If you see a line that says universal service fee or something like that, that is the phone, that is a tax that pays for this and other programs. That tax has gone up 60% in the last 7 years alone, and that's before the FCC expanded this program. There's no telling how high that tax is going to go in the future.
How can we do anything about this?
Well, part of it is going to depend on a future FCC that is committed to fiscal responsibility and restraint. Part of it is Congress exercising oversight. Just yesterday, for example, the House Energy and Commerce Committee passed legislation to impose a budget. A remarkable step that is. But ultimately, it's going to be the American people weighing in with their elected officials and with agency officials like me to let them know, look, we want there to be accountability in this program.
What do you say to the argument that poor people need a phone and they need an internet connection if they're going to get out there in society and look for a job? They need this, and there's nothing wrong with a little subsidy. What do you say to that argument?
I'll be the first to say that it's critical, increasingly critical in the modern digital economy for all people, especially low-income Americans, rural Americans, and others, to have internet access. But the question is, how do we have a fiscally responsible program that gets us to that goal? And this program we have on the table is not that. We are wasting millions upon millions of dollars on people who, frankly, don't need the help in a lot of cases. And that kind of waste, fraud, and abuse has to end if there's going to be bipartisan political support for this program in the future.
Ajit Pai, direct and to the point, and we just love that. Thank you very much for joining us, so we appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Commonly called Obama phone, says it is outraged by the fraud and waste uncovered by a CBS 4 investigation.
And as a result of the CBS 4 probe, the company says it's now taking steps to end the fraud. CBS 4 investigator Brian Mossop said with the fallout from our Obama phone investigation.
You may remember we got a free government cell phone, not all that much different than this one right here, but we never should have. The company that gave us the phone now says it believes our investigation revealed widespread fraud.
So is the cell phone completely free?
Yeah, completely free. We went undercover.
You want to sign up for a free phone?
Last fall to see how this free government phone program was working.
Well, that's what everybody call them in the hood, Obama phones.
It's called the Lifeline program, but participants call these Obama phones since the program has grown so much under President Obama, now costing more than $2 billion a year. If you have a cell phone, you pay for the program through this tax on your monthly bill, and the government oversees it.
Picture ID, food stamp card, or picture ID Medicaid card.
To get one of these free phones, you have to prove you're low income with a food stamp card or other proof of need. But distributors for Total Call Mobile, one of the companies paid to hand out the phones and the free monthly plans, gave our undercover producer one of the free phones and a free year-long plan, even though he didn't qualify.
You use that dude's food stamp card for me?
It's a verification that you're on some kind of assistance program. That's all.
Okay, but you used his card for me. That's cool.
Yeah. It's to get you to go through.
Several times, distributors said they could help us skirt the strict government requirements to get a free phone. Now, Total Call Mobile has responded, saying it is outraged by the unacceptable actions shown in the broadcast. The company said agents for the company and applicants were both engaged in fraudulent activity.
I can get a free phone, is that right?
That's right. All of the agents that were distributing for Total Call Mobile have been identified, says the company, and their access to our system has been permanently blocked. The company also says, as a result of what we uncovered here, it has implemented new protocols to eliminate what we found, and they have started up a fraud hotline. And the phone that we received but should not have was sent back to Total Call Mobile, and we'll be putting that 1-800 number for fraud and waste and abuse that the company set up on our website, cbsdenver.com.
Use the free phone to call the hotline, perhaps?
I'm not going to go any further.
All right,
with that.
thanks.
Free cell phone fiasco. Investigative reporter Chris Negus exposed 2 companies accused of fraud. Now they're facing millions in fines.
Both of these companies had us asking, is this why we're broke? They played off the allegations. Now they're facing big trouble from the Federal Communications Commission, tens of millions in total fines after we showed you the abuse. The offers arrived across St. Louis in generic-looking envelopes.
Why would I be receiving this?
People who weren't low income targeted with an opportunity to sign up for government-funded cell phones. It came from Syntex Wireless based in Maryland. So I traveled there to find out about their marketing campaign. How you doing today?
Fantastic.
The company collected millions off the federal program. A guy claiming to be a warehouse manager seemed clueless about the offers arriving in Missouri. Are you guys doing a lot of business in Missouri, or a lot of people actually?
I don't have the access you need to.
Okay. Well, I mean, as a warehouse manager, though, you would know if you're sending a lot of phones to the state of Missouri, right?
Yes, we did start sending them recently, and who they go to, that's up to Mr. Green.
That's up to who?
Mr. Paul Green.
Paul Green was the guy in charge, but he was out of town when I knocked on his door. Syntex attorneys insisted they were following the rules, but today the FCC slapped them with a $9.5 million fine for allegedly breaking the rules. Then there's another company we exposed.
When I opened it up, it was a cell phone.
And do you need a cell phone?
Nope. I do not need a cell phone at this point in time.
St. Louis residents received phones they never even ordered, all courtesy of Uncle Sam, signed up through Life Wireless, a division of Tellrite. Today, the FCC slapped that company with a whopping $22 million fine. And the hits just keep on coming. Another company, Global Connection, also got fined today, nearly $12 million. Get this, over the past 90 days, 11 different providers have faced $90 million in fines with today's announcement. These companies have to pay up or appeal within 30 days. If you've seen something that has you asking, is this why we're broke, send me a message on my KMOV Facebook page. Chris Negus.
So in short, the taxpayers or hardworking people that go to work every day that had a house phone or a cell phone, you were charged money for these people getting the Obama phones. A lot of people, a lot of the taxpayers did not know this at the time of this fraud that was perpetrated against them. So how do these poor people get it? Well, the government took money from you, the taxpayer, and gave free phones to these low-income people. They got free texting each month, and they didn't have to pay, but if they went over the time limit, they had to put money on the phone. But it was basically you that bought the phones for the poor, and you didn't even know it.